Am I seeing the world through rose-colored glasses? They don't look like rose-colored glasses. They look like they're rather blue. They're blue. They're bleak blue. They say that it's going to be years before we get things settled in economics and all of the things that we have been disrupted. Well, I give to you Pompeii. They haven't recovered since that volcano. And speaking of that, you got this one here that's on St. Vincent, one of the islands, and it's, what do they go, 7 miles into the sky? I mean, what goes 7 miles into the sky? What a bunch of ash holes. There's a lot of them, you know. I mean, volcanoes they don't erupt usually, except in families. Speaking of that, you know, the weapons that we are selling, that people are buying and storing, and they are military weapons. Uh, at this point in time, after the pandemic, you better check them at the door. But I see that we've got a lot of this going on here now, where you return those big weapons to the police station, and they give you a reward for it. You know, they want us to surrender all of our weapons. You know, I'm going to have to take my tank over there, and I don't want anybody breaking into my house. But if they break in, take whatever you want. There's nothing here that anybody needs anyway, except that Les Paul guitar, which I don't keep here. I have a guitar from Les Paul. He had made two of them, signed one to Frank Sinatra on hand. It's an acoustic guitar, not the log that he invented. And then the other one he gave to me, he says, when he was 90 years old, you know. But people talk, they talk shit. You know, if I try to bring that over to Sotheby's, they're going to throw me out of the place. So I store it. It's a souvenir, you know, just a memory of the old guy who said he'd remember me in his will. And he did, when the lawyer read the will and said, "Hi, Joey." That's how he remembered me. Well, how gracious of you. But I'm sitting down here in Florida, and I'm about ready to make my return trip to New York. I have to get rid of these shabby clothes I'm wearing. You know, we don't dress like this in New York. We dress worse. I'm going to wear armor, is what I'm going to wear. Is it that bad up there now? Are you guys having a really tough time? I mean, I can't imagine being in a one-bedroom apartment in the Bronx for 13 months and sitting there and watching Cuomo every day and the mayor on the local news. I can't imagine doing this. I mean, you know, you gotta. It would make me crazy. No wonder why people are all over the map. You know, I mean, you gotta get out and do something. Many have jobs, you know. There are a lot of people still do their jobs. They still have work. Some of us we're supposed to be retired because on a clock they say that we're retired. But you know, when you buy insurance, they also used to have the ideal weight for your age, for your height, what your conditions should be. I mean, where do they figure all this out? You know, I mean, everybody is so individual. This is not a chromosome measuring stick, but people want to know exactly how long they're going to live. I don't have an exit plan, but I don't plan on being here past the age of Prince Philip, which incidentally brings me to the topic of why these two jabronis are not going to travel over to Europe. I think they got to go there. They own a country. You think you can take an airplane over there with your pregnant wife and not worry about the COVID? I mean, you don't even have to wear a mask when you own the airline. Come on, they've got millions of dollars. See, the funeral that they have to attend, with due respect, is when Oprah dies. They better go to that one. That's the one that they have to go to. And Tyler, because he put them up in his house. You know, that's where they did all this stuff. Tyler has become a billionaire as Medea. You know, can you imagine? You ever see a drag queen become a billionaire? Well, there you go. You got RuPaul didn't do this well. You know, wrong dress, wrong color. No, yeah, wrong mix. I don't know. Brown, black, green. What does it matter what color you are? What matters is the idea that you got a shot and somebody gave you a chance and you took advantage of it. Like me. I mean, you know, nobody ever said I was going to be the #1 disc jockey in the country. Are you kidding? I was lucky to have a job at $15 an hour. And that's about what they paid me when I was #1. Somebody said that I parlayed $1 million into 15 cents. Hey, I did a great job. Wasn't that Danny Never said that? Yeah, I've been very bad about money. Money has not been my issue, see, because it is an issue, but it's not my primary goal. See, a lot of people want to accumulate a lot of money, and then in the end, you know, you live well, and you leave it to someone, but maybe you don't live as long, you know. Married life is so much fun. Two can live as cheap as one, but not as long. Love those sayings. I love the other one, make new friends, keep the old. One is silver and the other is gold. I'm tarnished. I'm platinum at this point, I've lived so long. So Prince Philip, let's go back to him for a minute. There's a guy that got married to her. She probably said good riddance. 99 years old. I mean, what could they be doing together after 70-some years of marriage? I mean, I know what it's like after a few. What could you be doing with each other? I mean, there's no romance. I mean, the romance really has shifted to friendship, which is a better romance. I will admit that. But sex is not bad either. But you have a definite change of heart when you're in your 90s. I mean, I lived with a couple of 90-year-old people, and I'm telling you, they get cranky. And you don't want to be with a cranky 90-year-old, and then when they get dementia, they forget they're cranky. I don't want to be your memory. I'm not Jiminy Cricket. We're going to stand on your shoulder. Did you ever see that movie? And be your conscience. What movie was that? Was that Pinocchio, where the kid lies and he gets his nose grows, and he wants to be made into a real boy? Well, a lot of people I want to be made into a real boy again. I like to be born again, but I want to be born again on my terms. I want to choose the family. I want to choose a religion. I want to choose my path, my profession. I want to choose who I hang out with, and I want to make all the choices. See, don't go that way though, does it? This is like going to the motor vehicle. You better just follow the lines. They ask you stupid questions. You have to give stupid answers, or you're not going to get that stupid license. Why am I laughing? See, you want to be born again because you want everything to be my way. I love that. It's not an island in Hawaii. My way, Maui. I did it my way. That's the song that I sing. My friend Frankie Pellegrino he was a co-owner of Rayos, and President Clinton came when he was president, came to Rayos. I lived over there. See, I lived at Rayos. I lived right next door. And that's the most famous celebrity restaurant in New York during its time. And at that time, President Clinton came to visit, and he stood in front of the jukebox. And this is after the Monica Lewinsky stuff. And Frankie Pellegrino pressed the button to sing My Way, because Frankie he was on The Sopranos every week. Because David Chase, who created The Sopranos, was always at Rayos. And he wrote a lot of the stuff based on the people that we know, the wise guys. So anyway, Frankie Pellegrino put the jukebox on and sang along with it, and so did President Clinton. And I almost lost it when he sang. I chewed it up and spit it out and did it my way. Oh, boy. This is it. It's a Reynolds rap.